will be speaking first on how CrowdCube delivers a very new and exciting way for entrepreneurs to find finance for their startups. While Vinay and Tom will present Whipcar's model for maximising the use of our vehicles as a resource and how we can all profit from it. So please first give a round of applause for Darren Westlake.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Darren Westlake. I'm the founder of CrowdCube. My background is in high-tech businesses, and over the past 15 years I've founded and exited 2 high-tech businesses, and CrowdCube is my third business now. And along the way I've come up with what I think are quite a lot of really good ideas, which for various reasons I never actually managed to get off the ground. And I've spoken to a lot of people, friends, colleagues, and people in this room who've got a lot of fantastic ideas themselves. And I'm convinced, as a nation, we have a huge amount of fantastic ideas. We're certainly not short of ideas. But what we never seem to be able to do very well is to cultivate those ideas and incubate them and bring them onto the next level and turn them into the big success stories that we see in the world today. Google, Twitter, Groupon, and those kind of businesses. And we never seem to manage to achieve that in the UK. I think there's a number of reasons why we don't do that. And there's a number of things that are missing from the UK to be able to achieve these. I think the thing that's probably missing more than any other, probably a lot of you will agree, is access to money. And over the years I've kind of looked at the status quo, the access that entrepreneurs have to money in the UK, and tried to work out what's missing, how can we do it better? And the status quo as it is at the moment is that there's not really very many options for entrepreneurs to raise money. Venture capital companies do offer money to businesses, but generally not for smaller amounts. People looking for less than £100,000, venture capital companies aren't interested. Debt finance, as we're all aware, the banks aren't lending these days. They say they are, but the reality is that smaller businesses and startups aren't able to get funding from the banks. And the final option we have is business angels, business angel networks and individual business angels. They're actually limited to the amount of investments that they're actually able to do in a year or at any particular point in time. And typically they invest in syndicates in groups of 2s or 3s at a time, investing quite large amounts of money, between £10,000 and £100,000 quite often. So I thought to myself, well, is there a different way? What if there was a way to have, say, 5,000 angels, each investing £10? And what if anybody could become a business angel? And the concept I came up with was CrowdCube. And the idea behind CrowdCube is a web-based service that enables entrepreneurs to find finance from the average person, the average man on the street. And it provides 2 different unique services. For entrepreneurs, it allows them to raise money from a new source of finance. And for smaller investors, it allows them to get in on the action that only wealthy people have been able to do so far. And to put this into place, we use a kind of concept called crowdfunding, which I'm sure some of you are aware of. So crowdfunding is an approach to raising finance or raising money by pooling lots of small amounts of money together to build a larger sum of money used for a project or, in this case, an enterprise. And this can be done very successfully these days by using the power of the internet, and in particular the use of social media, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the rest of it. Crowdfunding has been around for 2 or 3 years now, and there's a couple of very successful sites that have kind of proved the model for crowdfunding itself. The first one is a company called Kiva. Kiva is a charity-based crowdfunding business. It enables people to invest very small amounts of money on a kind of loan basis, on a debt basis, into small businesses in emerging countries in the third world. And you put $25 in at a time, and over a period of time you get your $25 paid back to you, and then you can reinvest that into another project. And as you can see, they've been incredibly successful and raised well over $200 million so far. The other site that I'm sure a lot of people here have heard of is Kickstarter, a US-based crowdfunding site. Very, very successful. They've only been around for about 2 years now, and they've raised money for 7,500 projects, $27 million pledged in 2010, and they're currently at a run rate of about $7 million worth of pledges per month. So, you know, it's really working. Crowdfunding is really working at the moment. And just to show you how well Kickstarter are doing, this is probably their most successful project to date. The idea of this project was somebody had the idea of putting an iPod Nano into a watch strap, and he wanted to manufacture the watch strap, he wanted to get it produced, he wanted to get the tools to do that. And as you can see, he needs to raise $15,000 to actually get it off the ground. Little did he know quite how successful he would be, and after a couple of months of people investing in it, he's raised nearly $1 million from 13,500 people. So quite an incredible project. Let me tell you a little bit more about Crowdcube. So this is the front page of Crowdcube. As you can see on the main part of the page there's a number of different projects, a number of different businesses that are looking to raise money. And investors, and an investor being anybody at all, anybody in this room, come along and look through the different businesses on the website and choose one that might be of interest to them. And if I drill down into one of those particular pictures, this is one of the most successful that's on the site, a little bit out of date, but this lady's called Sue. She owns a business called Bubble and Bar. They do luxury fair trade body care products. You can see on the top right hand side there, she's looking to raise £75,000 and she's given away 15% of equity in her business. And so far she's raised, you see the progress bars moving on there, she's raised about £16,000. I think to date she's raised about twice that now actually. So she raised 21% of the target with 16 investors. If I move a little bit further down the page, at the top there was that's a video. So she basically, you can see the whites of her eyes and learn a lot more by watching the video. Some basic information about the pitch, about Sue herself, some pictures of her products, and also some kind of press clippings. At the bottom we have a business plan and financial forecast, and those are the key documents that we do request from anybody looking to list on Crowdcube. And at the top there, once you might decide to part with your 10 quid or your 50 quid or however much you want to invest, you can literally just type in the amount of money you want to put in the top right hand corner, click invest now, and it'll take you through the process of actually taking that money off you. Very, very simple and straightforward. So what's the benefits of using Crowdcube? Well, there's obviously two different types of people involved in Crowdcube. There's the entrepreneur and there's the investor. So benefits for the entrepreneur. It's a new way to raise finance. We need new ways to raise finances. There's not enough options for entrepreneurs to raise money for their business. It's available UK-wide. At the moment, we only serve the UK due to regulatory reasons. We can actually only allow UK entrepreneurs and UK investors, but it allows anybody in the UK to invest. It's very easy to promote. It's an online service, so you can use the power of the internet to promote and get your message out there very easily. It's very cost effective. Again, in terms of promoting it, you can use social media. But in terms of the fees that we charge, we only charge fees if you raise the money that you're looking to raise. So it's a no-win, no-fee type scenario. You also get a marketing effect. It's not just about raising money. You also basically got a showcase here on the website that thousands of people are going to see. So people see your product or services, and there's a marketing effect there as well as being able to raise money. And finally, we've got a crowd here. We've got people who are going to look at your pitch, look at your products, and they're going to give you their feedback on it. What's in it for the investor? Well, first of all, there's a financial return. So investors are hoping that over a period of time, you're going to get dividends back from the profits you make. And ultimately, if there's an exit at some point in the future, they're going to make a multiple return on whatever investment they make. We've kind of coined the term armchair dragon, so you have the ability to, from your own armchair, to be able to invest in lots of small little businesses. You can also support your friends and family if they're looking to raise money for their business. Participation, you can actually kind of almost touch and feel these businesses. If you invested in Sue's company, Bubble and Bar, all her products are in Waitrose. So not only can you put 20 quid into a business, you can then go to Waitrose and see the products that you've invested in, part of the company that you own. And you're also able to have a lower risk and spread your risk. So rather than putting huge amounts of money into one business, you can put much smaller amounts into lots of different businesses and build a kind of mini portfolio. And finally, as you've seen, it's really, really simple to invest. It's literally as simple as going to our website, choosing the business you're interested in, put the amount of money you're interested in investing, and clicking a button. Very straightforward. So to summarise, CrowdCube provides entrepreneurs with a much needed new route to finance. There's no upfront fees. We're entrepreneurs ourselves. We don't believe in charging entrepreneurs money in advance when they haven't actually got any money. So you don't pay any fees unless you raise the money. Anybody can invest. This is true democratisation of investments. Anybody can put in money from as little as £10. And those investors who do put in that money get real equity, real shares in the company they invest in. And it's all or nothing funding. You've basically got 6 months to raise that money. If they don't raise the money, everybody gets their money back. So to sum up, we're absolutely convinced that this is the future of seeds and early stage investment. Thanks very much.